We are live at 11:05, and I am BC with Spirit Cars. Josh, the voice of Spirit Cars, behind the camera there. Say hi, Josh.
Hi.
You're supposed to say hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Comedy thing,
oh, yeah.
Okay, well, that was pretty funny. Not been very regular lately, but I have a plan now. I think I have a plan, Josh.
Let's share it.
Okay, you've been doing a good job. We're busy all over the place, so I got to get a kudos. Good job, Josh. We have an Australian dealer. I guess we're filling up a container going somewhere.
Yes, I think he's in Perth, Western Australia.
So, and he's going to be our dealer there, and we're going to, I guess he's just doing our bodies and chassis, and
yes.
So he's working out. If you're from Australia, a great car place, but for a bunch of ex-convicts, you guys have overregulated your little continent there. That's a whole continent. Australia is like a country and a continent, isn't it? Wow. We're the United States, but we aren't even a continent. We're just like North America. So very difficult to ship something from the States here to Australia. We've shipped cars there before, right?
Yes.
But I mean, very difficult to get everything through their legislative process or the regulations to get it road legal. So he's working on that. You guys are working on that. So
he's in the process of getting a building lined out. He's got one lined out. He's just getting it fixed up the way he wants. And
we're going to make them right-hand drive over here. So when it goes over there, everything's going to be ready to be put it on the roads in Australia. So I might drive one around here and get confused. We may have our first major wreck in the States, but I don't know. So that's exciting. A good job. I don't know how you hooked that up, but I know we sell a lot of stuff overseas. So we're busy with that. We got to fill up a container and ship that over there in the next probably few weeks or month or so. And you knocked off a big telecommunications, or no, vertical drilling, horizontal drilling.
Horizontal drilling.
Some kind of weird widget thing we're building, I mean, by the hundreds. So that's good. So we're busy in Spirit, that's good. But I've been sidetracked. That's the point of the whole thing. I get like, and I'm good at that. I think I'm going to try to focus. This car's just got to go. We want it to be gone by the first of the year. It's a 27. This is Kevin's car. We've really not talked about it too much. I did a little bit of wiring on it a week or so ago, and then went to some other projects. We got projects everywhere. But I believe I'm going to personally stay focused on this one, so we'll try to do a daily progress on this, and that'll hold me to the fire so we get this thing done and out of here. So the goal is still to make this a tech show. We'll make it as tech as possible. I'll always give some tips. This is a Spirit 27. Kevin bought it, assembled it, had the motor sitting in it, and then brought it back to us. So we painted it, and he wants us to finish the car out. So I'm going to start by showing you. You said you just had a question on how our interior goes together?
Yes.
Okay, so this is an interior panel. You can kind of see its little material is a little floppy there, and it snaps in. It's got a pad behind here. You can see. You can see here. This would be a kick panel, but it's a wood, not a wood, but an upholstery panel behind it. It's waterproof with these little push-in pins, and this will go. This one actually goes up into here. Snaps on. Oh, I had the right one. Snaps into there. You know, it'll all be carpeted. We've got the steering column fitted. I've got the gauges drilled. Kevin wanted this particular design, so we've got that. What I did the other day, and on here we got cut it for the battery box. We usually, when we paint it here, we don't cut that until after it's painted. It saves a lot of dust might be blowing out of that. And then the master cylinder is under the floor here, so we'll be cutting a hole for that master cylinder to access it. This is all hard fiberglass. An insert that comes around. Once all the interior panels are snapped in, like these are snapped in now, good to go. We have an upholstered seat. You can see the back side of this is fiberglass. It's hard, and it's the exact opposite of that. We have the front upholstered. It's padded under there. There's holes cut out for the seat belts. You can see we've got holes here marked. I don't have them cut out yet, but the seat belt will go through here, and then we'll put a plate on the bottom of the floor on this side and go ahead and just bolt it to the floor. On these sides, they'll bolt to the frame. And then the seat belts, when you put the seat in, you'll just pull it out through the holes. You'll have the seat belts, you're kind of holding it like this, you can kind of get in there and pull the seat belts through these holes. But then, just kind of push it in, snap it in. And that's how easy it is to upholster a Spirit car if you buy our kit. Also comes with door panels. Door panel, the same thing, it would just snap on over that. We got a little door handle that goes onto that. A little pad or a little pouch we put into it so you could put some stuff in there. So very easy kit to put in. We might as well date this. I mean, these are on Facebook, these shows. They get on Facebook for a day or so, people watch them usually for a couple days, and then it goes pretty far down the page. If you want to follow any particular one, you probably got to just go down our Facebook page quite a bit. Probably in the not too distant future, we're going to simulcast this on YouTube also, aren't we?
Yes.
Maybe that YouTube's got some features now. But if you want to follow our live shows that have not been very regular lately, I've been thinking about how we can do that better so that it's not a total distraction and it still makes a lot of sense for the people that are viewing. And the way to do that is I'm going to narrow my focus to a single car. I will work on a single car and we'll just try to follow the progress through that, and then you'll see whether I'm getting my job done or not, how long it takes. If you want to follow them live, while this show is live, you can go ahead and hit some kind of follow button.
Subscribe or follow.
Yeah, it's on there somewhere, so I'm probably pointing to it if I point enough places, so it's in there. So look around. If you want to follow it, and I'm not sure how it lets you know, but that's one way to do that, or you can go down the page. So we got our seat in. It's not the way it's gonna, we'll have to come out and cut the holes, like I said. A week or so ago, I did the wiring, and I was kind of showing you. As a matter of fact, I was really complaining that I lost my favorite crimpers. I had a junk crimpers that I actually threw away and said, do not use junk crimpers, get a good crimper. And I lost this one, and I bought another one, and I was all proud of my new crimpers. But man, Josh found them for me. Where did I leave them, in the rafters, or where did I?
No, you left them over by the air compressor
I must
underneath the air dryer.
Oh, so I must have been working on the air. Oh, the air dryer broke.
Yeah.
And I was fixing the air dryer. So I found them. Good crimpers are important. And you can see on these, we'll do a tool thing. You can see how this one is much narrower and how thick this one is. And you can tell. And this one, I don't know where I got it, but it was manufactured for a power company. And so somehow I got it, and I've had it for 30-something years. Great tool. This is a pretty nice one. I think I got this one at Lowe's. Good crimpers, very important, good crimpers. Or you can solder and use heat shrink. So I got my wires, got my wiring loom, decided what I needed. I know how I got my gauges. I'm not using a key on the ignition switch, a key on the steering column for the ignition switch. I've got a separate ignition switch. So I cut the plugs off, wired that in. I've got my headlights wired in, all taped up nicely. This is a plug for GM column. We use a Flaming River. It's the style column we use, but it's a GM style plug. You just plug it all together. Got it ready. You do have to have for high beam, low beam, you need to have a switch. If that's not plugged in, your headlights won't work. So I got that. I've run all my gauges. Now I made sure I got a ground in here. I've got a split going two different ways. This here is my indicator lights. I can come across and do my two sets of gauges. Everything's marked on here. Black is the ground, of course, and I run a wire. This is power for the gauges. So I'm good. I can just set it in there. I talked a little bit last time about how to install this into the car. this popped off the back. It'll just snap back in. So I left this board here just to show you before I put it in. I cut a board. It's just a piece of plywood, about 3/4. You can see under here there's a gap. What I'll do is I'll put this between the gap of the firewall and the insert. I'll stuff that down in there, put a little bonding material. That way I can take and screw through this, put 2 screws right up under the firewall right here. And then when I'm ready to go ahead and install my gauges here, or my wiring kit, my fuse block will just go on there and snap right in. Now I've taken my wires that are going to go outside the car, and I've got it going 2 different directions. This is going to go out the right side of the car. If you just kind of pay attention, the fuse block will go like this. This will come up, we'll look at it this way. This will come up and go up under my dash now. I can run this under there. This is going to go to the left side of the car. And I've got it bundled in 2 different wires. I've got the wires that are going to go to the back. I've got the wires that are going to go to the front. So once it comes down the side, if you look in here again, there's a gap between the insert. You can see where I stick my hand in there. Can you see that? Yep. The wires will go straight down there, and there's a little opening in the floor on the inside. It can come out. So I'll run my wires for like the fan and the horn and anything that's going to be on the left hand side is going to come out here, and the rear wires will come down, and you can actually, there's a space in this rocker panel. So I'll come out, I can come out here with those wires. So I'll have my fuel cell, I got my the gauge for the fuel cell, I'll have my rear wires, this has got a 3rd brake light I think. Whatever else is going to be in the back will come out this that side there. I'm going to come down on the right side with all my wires for the oil pressure, the temperature, the choke wire, starter, attack wire if I'm going to have attack, anything like that. I'll run down the right side, as well as the wire that powers the box, and it'll go right to the starter. Remember, you're going to want to put a I can show you here. This is a low car shifter, and there's a little switch that'll screw right into there that will be your neutral safety switch. So make sure you run a neutral safety switch. It's fairly important. You don't want to start the car and have it take off and cause you a problem. What we like to do, and you don't have to do it this way, but I've marked it. In front of our firewall will come about here. So where I said them wires come down, they come down right about here. So I've just taken some welding wire and I drill a hole here, and I've got a hole here where my headlight stanchions are going to be. There's a hole in the center of the stanchion, and these, I don't know why, the customer bought them. They're not polished, and we're going to polish them in-house. I'm sure that that's not would be better off to buy them polished, but there's a hole in the center of this particular stanchion, and the wires will come up, and we can come under, and then it'll go on here. Wires will come up, and then your headlight will go onto that. This particular one, we painted the headlights. It's going to be pretty cool looking. So that'll go on there, and you'll just have the 3 wires coming up for the headlight. After lunch, we're going to put the body on here. I'll have pull those wires. Now I'm just going to pull the headlight wires through here and the headlight wires through there. All the rest of the wires I'll run on underneath the frame. This car is about ready. I'm getting ready to, and we've showed this before, I have a board where we put everything on the board. We make a list of everything that needs to get done. And that list will probably be revised a bunch of times before we actually finish, but I mean put everything, whether it be checking the rear fluid on the differential, the oil, the trans fluid, the coolant. Just put everything on your list, and when you check it off, then you're done, and add the list again, or the brakes bled, just everything that you need to do on it. And this one's got so much to do. I'm going to work on a little bit more before I make my list, but I'll probably be making the list today. And that's about a lot of information for today. I mean, it's just kind of the to-do list for me. All the Christmas ornaments are gone. Christmas is here. So that's Sunday, right?
Yep.
Christmas is, yeah. So all your, do we still do, is there time for like, what do we do? Gift certificates? Didn't I see you had gift certificates?
Yep, sent a lot out
Did you?
last week and week before.
So is there still time for gift certificates?
Yes.
So if you want to do gift certificates, any special deals on that?
Yes, we'll give any gift certificate we'll give until the end of the week. We'll give an extra $10.
Whoa. So I can get me a $5 gift certificate and get it?
Well, the lowest is 25.
Oh, okay. So, okay, $25 gift certificate. We have spring perch covers. We had spring perch. Do we still have?
We've got plain ones, chrome ones are all gone.
Okay, we had these. We had them for a long time, and then we quit making them. It was just the jig we had to make them and everything. They were just too expensive, and it was too much of a hassle. So we retooled. We figured it out again. We've got it down to we can actually make them for a realistic price. And so there's a lot of Spirit cars out there. Now this is for a Spirit car. It's not going to fit yours, but it's going to fit ours pretty nicely. Fits right on there. They come in chrome and they come in plain that can be painted. No, we don't have any chrome left.
We don't have any chrome left.
I know there was a bunch of them here just not too long ago and they're all gone.
We had 30 and they were gone within.
So we have some plain ones.
We have quite a few plain ones.
So do we have a special on these?
Free shipping this week.
Okay, free shipping this week. If you have a Spirit car, I mean that doesn't look too bad, but boy, it looks a whole lot cleaner when you put the spring perch cover on there. And the way that installs, I just put some double-sided tape on the back and it fits real tight along this whole edge here. Just push it on tight. It'll stay there. If you got to get it off, you just kind of pry it off a little bit, but it's a pretty thick piece. You won't bend it. We're good to go there. Anything else I can sell?
I think of. You got
No,
your
wheels.
books.
We sold a bunch of wheels, but then what did I do? I went and bought a few more pallets of trailer wheels. Now we have all different styles now, but we'll talk about that later. Well, you want to read about
Yeah,
wiring?
dolphin.
It's yellow anyway. We have Pass It On, Coffee Break Contemplations.
Pass it on.
Pass it on, all right. I need my glasses for this though. We always end with the little quick saying from a buddy of mine, Ernie, the hot rod man. And I just kind of randomly pick one and usually end our show with that. I think tomorrow we'll be back on that. Although Eddie is doing some really cool tuck and roll interior on a 32.5 window. And a tuck and roll is kind of tough to do. So I think we're good. Let's try to at least show that this week. He should be done with it this week, I think.
Yes.
Let's show it before it delivers anyway. But I'm going to stay focused on this and let's hold me to the fire. I'm saying I want to have it done by the end of the year. So let's hopefully we see this done by the end of the year. We will get a refreshing and restful sleep if we count some blessings before counting sheep. Wow, I like that. I like that. So count your blessings. Christmas is coming up and we are blessed to be redeemed, let me tell you. Because all I deserve is going to hell, but I don't have to face that punishment. So that's my Christmas message and a little hot rodding, and thanks for being with us today.